Power is excited to offer a new tool on our website that makes it more accessible for more people. And so if you navigate to our website, which is ponypowernj.org, you'll see this new button in the top right corner that's black and white that says Accessibility and Translation. So to access the tool, you will click on this button and you'll see this white toolbar pop up at the top. And the company that makes it is called Recite Me. And so if you don't want to use any of these tools, that's totally fine. Our website still works exactly as it is. You would just X out and the website's back to normal. But you can always access the toolbar by clicking this new button. And so you'll see that there are all these icons that I will go over and explain the function of each one. But you'll see if you hover over them for about a second, it'll kind of tell you what the button is about. And so these first three buttons are for the screen reader. So instead of having to read yourself, it'll read to you what is on the screen. So to use that, you're going to use it in conjunction with this settings icon. So right now I have it all turned off, but since I want to use it, I'm going to turn on this tooltip on hover. Oops. Continuous play, and autoplay. And what they are is autoplay means wherever I am on the website, it's going to start reading to me, whether I choose it or not. So you might want to turn that off if you only want specific things read to you. The tooltip on hover, I'll show you in a moment, but basically a little box pops up to control where you are on the page. And the continuous play is just, it'll keep reading wherever you are on the page until the bottom, until you manually make it stop. So if you don't want it to keep going, you would turn that off. And then you can change the voice. Right now it's set to a female. The reading speed is just set to a generic regular speed, but you can speed it up or slow it down depending on your needs. So I'm gonna show this to you. I would like it to read.
Pony Power offers a non-competitive, relaxed environment with one-on-one instruction in English-style writing. Spring grooming.
So it skipped down because I kind of scrolled down. So I can stop here, I can hit play to go again, I can rewind or fast forward. Now say I don't want it to autoplay.
Learning how to write, but
see how it's following me around? If I didn't want that to happen, I would turn off autoplay up here. And now I would have to physically go to where I want it to read. So this is the tooltip on hover feature. So since I'm highlighting this here, it popped up so that it can start
due to
reading
safety
for
concerns.
So I'm going to turn that off now so that I can show you the other tools and it doesn't follow us around. So I'm going to turn all that off. The next are these three blue buttons, and those affect the font size and style. So you can choose what font is best for you, and it'll change the font of the entire website. So you'll notice no matter what I pick, it's changing. So right now we're on Comic Sans. I could use Tahoma. There's this open dyslexic font that is helpful for people with dyslexia. I can go back to default, so it goes back to what the website normally is. I can change the line heights, so you'll see the spacing between the lines is getting bigger. I can bring it back down. I can make the spacing of characters larger. Can also bring that back. Say I went a little crazy and now I'm out of hand and I don't know what I did and I want to reset everything, I would go to this reset button, which is this gray button that I'm hovering over. And it reset my preferences. So you can also make the font larger or smaller. So let me reset. So that's the font size. This color wheel allows you to customize the background and different colors of fonts and things like that. So if you know that you have a problem with contrast, you can choose some of their suggested ones for a dark background, a light background. You can even select your own. So I would go here for background. You can enter the, if you know the unique color code, you can put it in, or you can kind of just choose from this panel here. So I'm going to change the background, then the text I want to make black. Maybe the links I want to be a different color. Maybe I'll make them it's gray. Maybe for the ruler, I want it to be blue or green. Maybe the mask, I want to be pink, and I'll show you what these are later. So you can change and play around there. Again, if I went a little crazy and I don't like what I did, I can go reset to default. This ruler here allows you to underline what you're reading, so it moves across the screen. So it can make it easier to focus on one line at a time, and it follows you as you scroll. If I want to turn that off, I just click it again. Again, I can reset here. There's this tool which is called a screen mask, so it blocks out
image pic.png.
One thing I do want to point out is that when you reset your settings, the automatic response is that the screen reader gets turned back on. So once you reset something, and if you don't want the screen reader back on, you have to go back to these settings and turn off these functions that I showed you earlier. So I'm just going to do that. Now back to the mask. So it blacks out whatever you're not reading. There's also this dictionary function. So I'm going to turn that on, and then it will define any word on the page. So let me define backyard. I'm just going to highlight it, and you'll see on the right-hand side a definition. I'm going to turn that off. Now, this button here is very cool. You can change the language of the entire website. There's over 100 languages to choose from, and over 30 of them have a text-to-read function. So let's say I want to change this to Spanish. I would go here, and the whole website is now translated. And now I can use that screen reader function because it has, you'll see this icon, you'll know that it's available. So I could go back and turn on the screen reader, and it'll read it in Spanish.
Tolerar el uso de una mascarilla durante 30 minutos.
I'm going to stop that. And so again, I'm going to reset my settings. It's still in Spanish, so I'm going to go back and set it back to default, which is English. And I'm going to turn off that autoplay and tooltip so that we don't have the screen reader on. This next function is text mode. So it gets rid of all the HTML. These are black boxes because they're our images at the top of our website. But if you scroll down, you'll see it's plain text. And while I'm in this, I can change the margins so that it's wider or skinnier, whatever is easier for you to read. So click that so you can come back to here. This function here allows you to download an audio file of any portion of the website that you would like. So let's say we would like these paragraphs downloaded. You'll see in the top right corner it says our download file is being created, and here it is. It gives you an MP3, and then you can save that on your computer and listen to it at your own convenience. So that's possible on any page of our website. This next feature is a magnifying glass. So you can drag it around the screen, and it works as if it was an actual magnifying glass on paper. So that's kind of fun. And it scrolls down with you as you scroll. You have to click your mouse down and hold it down to move the magnifier, so don't forget that. These settings, as you know, are for the screen reader. This resets everything in the toolbar. And then this here is the user guide, which brings you to the Recite Me page, and it gives you a little more info about the different options. But these are basically all the functions, and we will have a page that has a user guide right on PonyPower. So you won't even have to leave our website for that. And then to get out of it, you just hit this X, you hit OK. The cool thing is that Recite Me will remember your last settings. So if you decide you want the tool again, it will remember what you last left it as. So if you had left the background black and the text pink, it would remember that. So if you don't want that again, you have to go back to this reset button. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to us. You can shoot Carrie an email at Kerry, Kerry, at ponypowernj.org, or you can call the office at 201-934-1001.